So there's a lot of different stereotypes, and I'm pretty sure we're all guilty of believing at least some, right? Well, maybe there's good reason to. Now, stereotypes only exist because they're true, for the most part anyway. Like, stereotypes don't just happen on their own. There's at least some truth behind them, or they wouldn't exist in the first place. First of all, stereotypes are different from being like racist or sexist, which is the belief that a certain race or gender is superior. Which, to be fair, pretty much doesn't exist anymore. Not saying racism and sexism don't still exist. Fuck, I'm a white male, I'd never say something so ridiculous. Let's put that aside for now and just focus on stereotypes, which people often confuse with racism or sexism. Okay, so not really sure how to approach this topic delicately, so let's just get straight into some common stereotypes and why they're not racist or sexist. Number 1. Black people are criminals. Obviously going around saying all black people are criminals is racist. And if you're looking at a black guy and thinking he's a criminal just because he's black, that's also racist. But other than maybe old ladies on the bus clutching their purse next to a black guy, I'm pretty sure skin color isn't the only thing people associate with criminals. Most people defending this stereotype say shit like, oh, look at the crime stats, or there's more blacks than whites in prison, or something like that. And then you get arguments about police going easy on white people. I don't know, that's a stupid argument anyway. All I know is this. If I'm in a rough neighborhood, and I see a group of rough-looking black guys walking towards me, I'll be honest, I'd probably be worried for my safety. Wait, before you rage at me, just hear me out. I'm not scared because they're black, for fuck's sake. I'm in a rough neighborhood, and a group of rough-looking guys are coming towards me. Whether they're black or not makes no difference. They still look like trouble. And if a group of nice-looking black gentlemen were there instead, I might even say hello. Point is, other than the grandma on the bus, I don't think anyone truly believes this stereotype anymore. Maybe joke about it, but not believe it. The only thing in my mind which makes someone look like a criminal is the way they dress and the way they talk. And that goes for anyone, any race, any colour. Problem is, white people don't typically apply to this stereotype because they get judged when they try and fit in with that lifestyle. Like people will say, stop trying to act black or something. Like what? How is that meant to help the stereotype? Like, you can dress however you want for all I care, but if you're going to wear an orange jumpsuit with ball and chain, people are going to think what they're going to think. I can't even think of any other racial stereotypes for black people. I mean, there's the stupid ones like loving fried chicken and watermelon, but who the hell doesn't love fried chicken and watermelon? And there's a stereotype that black people are dumb, which again is a pretty stupid stereotype. But it also comes down to how people dress and present themselves. So, in my opinion, if you feel like people keep looking at you like you're a criminal, maybe look at how you dress and how you talk before pulling out the race card. And that goes for any race. Right, number 2. Asians are bad drivers. In Asian countries, driving rules are typically a lot more relaxed, which makes sense because in China, for example, there's so many people, if you don't push in, you'll never get in. So it's no wonder when they come to a country where the driving styles are completely different, they're probably going to have some trouble. Also, in some of those countries, it's not as common to get a driver's license, so they probably haven't had a lot of driving experience in their younger years like we have. Number 3. Asians are smart. Okay, so again, because there's so many people in China, for example, you have to be very good at whatever you do if you want to get anywhere. Otherwise, there'll be plenty of others better than you. So while we might think an Asian is smart to us, it's probably just because our own education system is so crap. And I don't know, maybe their parents push them harder because they know that they have to work hard to make it in life, instead of being told we can be anything we want when we grow up. So again, I reckon this comes down to culture and lifestyle more than anything. Number 4. Muslims are terrorists. If this list was an order of most retarded stereotypes, this would be number 1. Just because a couple of extremists do bad things doesn't mean they're all bad. There are plenty of people shooting up schools, but no one cares about their religion or skin colour. I have friends that are Muslim, and they're the most peaceful people I know. I'd feel much more comfortable around Muslims than some Americans, for example. Okay, that's all I can think of for racial stereotypes. I feel like there should be more, but maybe that's a good thing. Okay, well anyway, moving on to some sexist stereotypes. Number 5. Women get paid less to do the same job. I don't know where this comes from, but I've never actually seen evidence of this. If a man and a woman have the exact same skill set and exact same ability, then they should get the exact same pay. In what scenario is this not the case? And don't pull out some stats saying that the average man earns more, that's not a fair comparison. If this stereotype were true, then it means either all employers are sexist pigs, or it means that women typically prefer jobs that pay less, compared to men who prefer jobs that pay more. Not saying we wouldn't all prefer a higher paying job, and obviously there are certain jobs that pay more than others, but if you don't like that job or you're no good at that job, then you're probably not going to end up doing that job. Maybe men just tend to naturally be better at the so-called higher paying jobs. Men and women are just wired differently. It's no doubt that there's certain things that men are better than women at, and other things that women are better than men at. But I'm not going to go into those. When you look at the most popular job choices among genders, it's easy to see why men make more than women on average. Obviously, programmers and IT shit is going to pay more than a hairdresser. Also, women tend to change jobs and careers a lot more often than men, and most companies tend to promote within their organization. In other words, instead of hiring someone new to be a manager, they'd rather promote an existing employee who already knows the business. So the longer you stick with a company, the more likely you'll get a promotion and be paid more. Or you keep changing jobs and you might never get into a higher paying position. Anyway, I'm sure everyone earns what they deserve in their job. Maybe if men weren't forced out of some jobs because, number 6, all men are pedo-rapist bastards, then we'd have some more variety among jobs, meaning less men in the higher paying jobs and more opportunities for women to get into those jobs. Number 7, women belong in the kitchen. Now, in my experience, the only time this one is used is sarcastically. In older days, it was very common for the wife to stay at home to look after the kids, etc., while the husband went to work. Pretty sure that's still pretty common since women are naturally better mothers than men. Anyway, I'm sure the stereotype is mostly just a joke, not sexist at all. Girls just need a good comeback for it to put us in our place. I mean, at the end of the day, someone has to stay at home and look after the kids and cook dinner. And if men really do make more money, well... Number 8, blondes are stupid. Well, this is a pretty stupid one, because hair colour does not contribute towards intelligence, just like skin colour doesn't. However, if this person is constantly stereotyped based on their hair colour or skin colour or whatever, it might cause them to believe the stereotype and end up not trying as hard to be smart or something. I don't know, this is like next level psychiatrist shit, which I'm not qualified to talk about. Number 9, gay people are girly. So like people that think all gay people are like pussy little bitches that can't fight for themselves. Could you imagine if some gays actually looked exactly the same as us? Like, I'm pretty sure not all gay guys wear short shorts and crop tops while roller skating, just like not all gay girls have short hair and wear guys' clothes. Okay, that's all I can think of. I'm sure there's plenty I've missed, and if I did, they're probably just stupid, unimportant ones anyway. But just to fulfill my OCD, number 10, New Zealanders are sheep shaggers. Well, we export most of our lamb to Australia, so think about that the next time you're licking the gravy off your lamb chops.